Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between two tall hills, there lived a boy named Enzo. He wasn't the strongest, he wasn't the fastest, and he didn't have many friends. Because Enzo was different, he often wandered alone, asking questions that made others shake their heads. Why do birds fly and we do not? Where does the wind go when it sleeps? They said he had his head in the clouds, but Enzo didn't mind. He believed there was more to the world than what eyes could see. One evening, as the sky melted into gold, Enzo sat on his favorite rock, watching the sun sink behind the hills. Then, he heard it. Not a voice exactly, but a whisper. A whisper that seemed to ride on the breeze. Would you like to know what it's like to be free? Enzo stood up, eyes wide. Who is there? He called out. The wind replied, I am the spirit of change. Say yes, and your life will never be the same. He hesitated. What if it was a trick? But something deep inside him, his curiosity, his longing, made him whisper yes. Suddenly, the wind swirled around him, leaves lifted, branches shook, and then it lifted him. His arms stretched into streams of air. His legs vanished into mist. He had no bones, no skins, just freedom. Enzo had become the wind. At first it was glorious. He soared over rivers, danced through treetops, and whispered secrets into the ears of dreaming children. He saw the world like never before, the sadness behind smiles, the hopes in silent prayers, and the beauty in simple things. But as days passed, Enzo began to feel something new, loneliness. He could not touch the ground. He could not speak to his father, who now sat alone on the rock each night waiting. Enzo would nudge him with a soft breeze, but the man would only wrap his clothes tighter. Then one day, Enzo saw something terrifying in the distance, a massive black storm rising over the plains. It wasn't just a storm. It was Ora Oja, the angry spirit of destruction, longed in prison and now free again. Floods will come, crops destroyed, people harmed. Enzo rushed to the hills, whispering desperately to the trees, the rivers, even the birds. Help me stop the storm. But nature could not stop Ora Oja. Only another wind spirit could face it. But Enzo wasn't strong enough. Not yet, unless he made a choice. He returned to the old rock and called out, You offered me a gift. Now I asked for another. The voice answered, And what do you offer in return? Enzo breathed deeply. Myself. I want to be human again. But I want to keep the wind inside me, just enough to protect my people. Then the wind spoke. To hold two forms, you must lead between them. You will no longer fully belong to the sky or the earth. Do you accept this? Enzo did not hesitate. Yes. That night, Ora Oja approached. The villagers heard a strange sound. Not thunder, not rain, but a song, half wind, half voice. And then they saw him, a boy, arms stretched to the sky, hair flowing like storm clouds. It was Enzo, but not the same. He rose to the air, not as mist, not as spirit, but as a boy with the wind inside him. He spun through the sky, wrapping the storm in calm, fighting wind with wind. He pushed the storm back further and further until it vanished beyond the horizon. The people stood in silence. Then someone whispered, Is that Enzo? The boy landed gently on the rock. He smiled and said, I'm still me. And now, I can do more. From that day on, Enzo lived between worlds. When floods threatened, he came. When the land was dry, he cooled it. He spoke to the birds, listened to the trees, and taught children never to stop asking questions. And every evening, when the sun melted behind the hills, he returned to the rock where it all began. Quiet, peaceful, past boy, past breeze, Change comes with a price, but with courage and the right heart, it can lead to something greater. Never be afraid to be different, because sometimes those who feel out of place are the ones born to fly. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more magical and inspiring tales like this one. Stories that warm the heart, spark the imagination, and remind us that even the wind listens to those who believe.